Now it's the end of your fiscal year, and you have a bunch of stuff to do to close out the year. At the end of your fiscal year, you should go over your year-end reports, make any corrections or adjustments to transactions, prepare for tax time, and close the books. This video shows you some of the tasks you should perform at year's end. Before we get started, I want to point out a handy feature. Go to the Help menu and choose Year-End Guide. And here you'll see a list of the tasks that you should perform at year-end. But here's a little disclaimer. Ask your accountant what year-end tasks you should do. Your accountant knows your business and can help you avoid potentially serious mistakes. In fact, I recommend handing over all year-end tasks and tax preparation to your accountant. Now let's talk about reports. Go ahead and close the year-end guide. There are a couple reports you should review before the end of your fiscal year, and one of them is the balance sheet report. Go to Reports, Company and Financial, Balance Sheet Standard. Check in the Dates field to make sure the report represents the correct fiscal year. As I mentioned, you should run this report before the end of the fiscal year so you can take care of outstanding liabilities and bills. So for this example, we'll have to pretend we're looking at the report at the end of this company's fiscal year, even though at the moment it's only January. If you're watching this video in 2014, choose Last Fiscal Year. So let's scroll down until we see Other Current Liabilities. Here you should check to see whether there are any outstanding payroll liabilities and pay them before the end of the fiscal year. And same with sales tax liabilities. If you have any outstanding bills in accounts payable, pay as many as you can so you can take the deduction for the current fiscal year. Let's go ahead and close this report and open another report you should generate at the end of the fiscal year, and that's a trial balance report. And change the dates to this fiscal year to date. Or if you're watching in 2014, choose Last Fiscal Year. So let's scroll down to the bottom of the report. And you'll see the Ask My Accountant entry. If you use that account in any of your transactions, you'll see the total amount of all transactions that you assigned to Ask My Accountant. If you double-click that amount, you can see a report listing all the transactions you weren't sure of which account to assign to them. And you can double-click to open the transaction, and once you ask your accountant and try and figure out which one to assign it to, you could change it here. And save and close. And you would do that for each Ask My Accountant entry. Let's go ahead and close these reports. If you track inventory, you should do a physical count of your inventory at the end of the year and make adjustments to account for discrepancies. And another video talked about doing a physical inventory count. If you are unable to count the inventory the last day of your fiscal year, you'll need to adjust for the number of items sold and purchased since the last day of your fiscal year. And let me give you an example. A hardware store took a count of the knob inventory and found 113 fish-shaped knobs. The count was taken on January 12th. Between January 1st and January 12th, the store sold 31 fish-shaped knobs and received 10 more into inventory. To get the year-end count, add the amount sold since January 1 to the physical count and subtract the amount received. In this example, the count for the fish knobs as of the last day of the fiscal year was 134. And to adjust the numbers, go to Vendors, Inventory Activities, Adjust Quantity Value on Hand. And the important thing to remember here is to date the adjustment to the last day of your fiscal year. Let's go ahead and close this. Right after the end of your fiscal year, after you get your bank statements, reconcile your bank accounts and credit card accounts. And another video showed you how to do that. Go over the registers to see if any of the checks you wrote never got cashed, or if checks you received never cleared the bank. And you should also check your petty cash register Let me just show you how to do that. Chart of accounts. Double-click Petty Cash to make sure that all transactions have been entered and balanced. Another thing you can do is to generate financial reports, which show you how your business is doing. At the end of your fiscal year, you could generate the trial balance report. So you would generate this report the day after the end of your fiscal year, and you would check to make sure that the income and expense accounts have a zero balance. Another report would be a profit and loss report, and choose last fiscal year. And this report will show you whether you make a profit or loss. Another report to run is the balance sheet standard report. And you would generate this report after reconciling and verifying your balance sheet accounts. Run this report to see how much your business is worth, and that's your business equity. If we scroll down, you can see the total business equity here. And it includes your net income or loss for the fiscal year. Okay, that's it for this video. Let's close this report.